welcome to the 2019 Mashpee Middle High School Scholarships and Awards Night. We're here this evening to celebrate an outstanding, soon-to-be graduating class of 2019. I want to thank you personally for attending this evening. Before we begin with our events and our presentations of awards, I respectfully ask that you please rise and join us as Class of 2019's David McKelvey performs our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, who brought stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight? Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet waves for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you, David. At this time, I'd like to welcome to the stage Superintendent of Schools, Mrs. Patricia DeVore, for some opening remarks.
Thank you. This is a truly special night, one of the highlights of this school year, and I want to particularly thank the families, the organizations, and the businesses that have chosen to support our students. On behalf of them, I thank you. They do really appreciate and benefit from sort of this leg up that you provide, and the fact that you value their future really means a lot to me personally and to us as a school district. So thank you all for everything that you do for these students.
Tonight is one of our favorite nights each and every year for a number of reasons. First and foremost, to have a great school, to have a great district, and to have opportunities for our students, we need a tremendously supportive community. And at no time in my experience, my 13th year now in this district, have we ever been turned away or not been supported by our local businesses, our citizens, our residents, and other local organizations. Your generosity is beyond appreciated. And many of the donations and your generosity is going to help students that are going to be graduating in just a few short weeks to pursue their dreams and passions and to really change their lot in life. So on behalf of the entire Mashpee Middle High School faculty and staff, I want to thank you as a community. I want to thank our families for your tireless support and your endless generosity towards our students. And on behalf of our students, I know they owe you a giant thank you for the opportunities you're going to be providing them with because of this evening. Tonight's MC is going to be our College and Career Readiness Director, Mrs. Lindsay Kett, and I'm going to invite her to the podium to start our presentation of awards.
Okay, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. We're going to begin tonight with the Advocates for Community College Education. This scholarship is awarded to students who plan to attend the Cape Cod Community College and who have the ability, commitment, and willingness to work for a better life and career. The recipients of this award are Alexis Wenzel and Colby Cloutier. Cape Cod Community College Presidential High School Scholarship. Every year, Cape Cod Community College allows Mashpee High School to select a deserving high school graduate to receive the Presidential Scholarship. This award is made available through the Board of Trustees of Cape Cod Community College. The award is earned by a student who has shown significant academic growth throughout his or her 4 years in high school. This year's recipient is Miss Kylie Harrington. Cape Cod Community College also offers a Pathways Program Award. Through our collaboration with Cape Cod Community College, we work closely with the admissions staff to provide activities such as assessment, advising sessions, financial aid help with the FAFSA form. The Pathways Program Scholarship is based on a student's participation in the activities organized by Cape Cod Community College, academic merit, and financial need. This year's recipient is Sean Clifford. At this time, I'd like to introduce Mary Bradbury from the Kiwanis Club to come and present the Kiwanis Award.
Good evening. I want to congratulate first and foremost all of our award recipients. Congratulations on your hard work and your efforts to bring you here this evening. And good evening and welcome to all the family, friends, faculty, and school personnel here that support these young people throughout their 4-year career here at Mashpee High School. As you know, I am the current president of the Mashpee Club. Oftentimes people ask us, what is Kiwanis? What does that do? The Kiwanis Club of Mashpee is part of Kiwanis International, a community service-based organization that focuses on the health and well-being of children. Currently, there are approximately 550,000 members in over 80 countries and regions worldwide. Our Mashpee clubs range in age from Arcade Kids at Quashnet, Builders Club at the middle school, Key Club at Mashpee High School, Action Club for our challenged folks in our adult club. Club members throughout the international organization have put together over 150,000 service projects and 18.5 million hours of community service. Our own clubs will be doing a collaborative community service project on Tuesday night, May 20th, here at the school. At the local level, the Kiwanis Club of Mashpee raises money through our golf tournament to combat the opioid epidemic, provide diapers and household goods to the annual Mashpee Fill-A-Van food drive. Our bike safety rodeo, where participants are given free bike helmets. We provide camperships for needy children in our community so children can attend summer camp. We fill Christmas stockings and Easter baskets and provide them to local children. Provide grocery gift cards during the holidays to families in need. Throughout the year, we support local requests for help for families with young children and youth programs. And of course, as we're here tonight, we provide this scholarship being awarded tonight. We're passionate about making a difference. Helping kids grow and succeed is at the heart of everything we do. Our award winner this evening is Brandon Holmes, a member of Mashpee. Good evening. I'm Pat Farrell, one of the school counselors, and I'm here to represent the Mashpee Teachers Association of the Kenneth C. Coombs Memorial Scholarship. The K.C. Coombs Awards are given to students pursuing a career in education or the helping field. It is proudly funded by the teachers of the Mashpee Public School System. The recipients of this year's award are Hannah Nilsson, Kristen Kondracki, Michelle Hambley, and Taylor Rose. Mashpee High School Boosters Club, Girls Hoops Club. The Girls Basketball Scholarship is awarded to young women who have played basketball over the past 4 years. The recipients of the Hoops Club Basketball Awards are Cassandra Baker, Bailey Hutchenrider, Sarah McNamara, and Alexis Wenzel. pleasure to have President of the Men's Club of New Seabury here with us tonight. Please welcome Mr. Joe Fisher.
Good evening. Men's Club of New Seabury have been presenting awards to the Mashpee High students for over 40 years. And it's something that we see as a real privilege. And at each of the awards we give with the understanding that the funds for these awards are supplied purely by the members of the New Seabury Men's Club. There are no fundraisers or anything. It's just that we have sincere commitment to students so that we can help them in some way continue their education. This year, the awards are in memory of a Men's Club member who passed away this past November after battling for decades a very rare form of cancer. Gordon Vanderbroek. Gordon was a friend, golfing buddy, was also a loving husband, father and grandfather, and interesting in that he held education in such high esteem. He was a very successful businessman, an entrepreneur. He was known for his innovation and his risk-taking, but if you asked him, he would say that the base for all of this was the education that he received. He received a Bachelor of Science in Mathematics, a Master of Science in Mathematics, and finally, with the University of Maryland, got his doctorate in Computer Sciences. He really was a risk taker. He did things so much before anyone else, whether it was robotics or he had a business that actually started international phone calls over the public internet when people didn't have the foggiest idea what that was all about. He was a really tremendous individual, very unusual person, but one that really respected and thought that education was so important. So this year's winners of the New Seabury Men's Club scholarships are Adam Hensel, Sarah McNamara, Giovanna Piara, and Alexis Wenzel.
Good evening. Good evening. There we go. I'm Dan Patno, school counselor for grades 10 through 12. The first scholarship is the Leanne Horn Scholarship. This scholarship is named for Leanne Horn, the late daughter of a retired athletic director, Michael Horn, and Gail Manning. And we're very fortunate to have Mr. Horn here again tonight with Helen, and we're always a pleasure to have you in the audience. A hand to Michael, please. Leanne was educated in the Mashpee school system from grades K to 8, attending the Mashpee Middle School until 1988 when she enrolled at Falmouth High School. Leanne was active in all sports during her years in Mashpee: field hockey, basketball, and softball. She was a member of the band and chorus as well. After a long battle with cancer, Leanne left us in 1989. Other memorials honor her at Mashpee High School, including the Leanne Horn Field Hockey Award for middle school players, the football stadium address system, and the thing Mr. Treveri likes, the athletic director's golf cart. This scholarship is given to the Mashpee seniors planning on majoring in public service. This year's recipient, Ms. Sarah McNamara. Bonnie Skane Memorial Scholarship. I would like to welcome Bonnie's family who are with us tonight, Ina Boyd, Chris and Kristen Boyd, Keats and Wendy Boyd, and Ed Skane. Bonnie Skane, the mother of two outstanding alumni and outstanding young men, Matt, class of 2006, and Jim, class of 2008, lost her battle to cancer several years ago. Bonnie was loved by family in the community, and she is deeply missed. Her family has set up this scholarship in honor of her memory to help a Mashpee High School senior entering college. We are so grateful to Bonnie's family for their generosity and continued support to this day for our students. This year's recipient, Mr. Adam Henschel. Falmouth Youth Hockey. The following scholarship is awarded to students who have participated in Falmouth Youth Hockey and exhibit the qualities of a student athlete. Two recipients this year are Jack Begno and Nolan McGovern. Southport is the only condominium community on Cape Cod to offer scholarships for our seniors. And I'd like to now welcome Mr. Bob Mendez to present the Southport Residents Scholarships.
Thank you, Dan. It's my pleasure to represent Southport and the Southport Scholarship Committee, which works very hard 6 or 8 months out of the year, reading essays, etc., etc., etc. We have a special award tonight. In 2002, a year most of you will remember, a Southport resident named Ed Larkin gave $500 to a Mashpee High School senior to help out with college expenses. That has grown to the point now where we are awarding 10 scholarships to seniors, and certain residents from Southport are giving another 2 scholarships. So, in particular, the scholarship that I want to talk about for a moment is the Ed Larkin Scholarship. Ed Larkin was the guy who gave $500 to a high school kid. And we have instituted a perpetual Ed Larkin Scholarship, which each year will go to a Mashpee High School senior who is interested in government and civic events. And that scholarship this year will go to Madison Egan. Our other scholarships are being awarded to Jessica Dillis, Adam Henschel, Kobe Howerton, Allison Landry, Sarah McNamara, Giovanna Pereira, Nicholas Story, Noah Tellez, Mitchell Texera Campbell, that's it.
The Mashpee High School Boosters Club, established in 1996, was formed to support all extracurricular activities, goodwill, and fair play at Mashpee Middle High School. The club, whose members are all parent volunteers, supports students, coaches, administrators, and faculty. The boosters were so pleased to receive 40 applications this year. The board reviewed the applications, but gratefully left the final decision to Joyce Fuller. They would like to thank Joyce for taking the time to read each application and present her unbiased recommendations. The recipients are Cassandra Baker, Jack Daniel, Christopher Hutchenrider, and Sarah McNamara. The Mashpee Youth Soccer Organization looks for past students who continued to play during their high school career while maintaining a high academic level. This scholarship is given in memory of Coach Peter Langler. This year's recipients are Kristen Kondracki, Emily Franks, Jack Daniel, and Noah Telez. And now I'm very pleased to introduce Stu Peoples from the Rotary Club of Osterville.
Thank you very much. It is indeed a pleasure and an honor to represent the Rotary Club of Osterville. I've been a member of that club for 43 years. We do include Mashpee, and we always select the scholarships that we give a Mashpee student. It is a 4-year renewable scholarship, and this year we've selected Sarah McNamara.
The Mashpee Women's Club Scholarship. The Mashpee Women's Club Scholarship is given to students with high academic achievement, community involvement, and well-articulated goals. This year, the Women's Club is able to award 3 scholarships to 3 outstanding students. The recipients are Adam Henschel, Mitchell Texera Campbell, and Sarah McNamara. The Honeydew Donut Scholarship goes to graduating seniors who demonstrate creativity and a strong work ethic. This year, the recipients are Eva Moan and Madeline Strick. At this time, I'd like to welcome Mr. Mike Looney to the stage for the Cape and Islands Workforce Investment Board Scholarship.
On behalf of Kara Galvin, the new appointed Director of the Mass Hire Cape and Islands Workforce Board, it's my pleasure to be giving out this scholarship. The Mass Hire Cape and Islands Workforce Board, Workforce Youth Council is a collaboration among businesses and educational professionals, local government, community leaders, and youth that aim to provide all students with opportunities to become productive members of the community. The Youth Council selects students who have shown a strong commitment to their school and community and have shown continued academic improvement and aspire to continue their education. This year there are 2 recipients of this award, and they are Adam Henschel and Nicholas Destilio.
We're trying to keep it rolling. We know the Bruins start at 8. So we're keeping it moving. Game 4, right? Okay. Mashpee Permanent Firefighter Scholarship. The Mashpee Permanent Firefighter Association Scholarship is awarded to an academically deserving and community-oriented student who is entering the field of fire science, public service, or public health. This year, the recipient is Kaylee Magnuson. It's my absolute honor and privilege to introduce Miss Leanne Lukesh, a graduate of Mashpee High School in 2008, to present the Rhiannon Lukesh Memorial Scholarship. And also a colleague of ours now in the school counseling department. We're very blessed to have her as one of our school counselors.
Thank you, Mrs. Kett. Thank you to the administration and other counselors, and to everyone for being here tonight. And a huge thank you to each student who applied for this scholarship. It's a pleasure to read through each application, highlighting all of the students' accomplishments and future plans. My sisters and I were fortunate enough to grow up in Mashpee, a community that provides us so many wonderful opportunities, and still does. The same community that came together to support my family through losing my sister, and the same community that has generously donated to make this scholarship possible for our students. And it's wonderful that we are now able, this is now the 12th year that we're offering this scholarship. So a heartfelt thank you to everyone who's donated to the Rhiannon Lukesh Scholarship Fund. I'd like to share a little glimpse of who my sister was. Rhiannon grew up loving sports and running. She was a hardworking student athlete here at Mashpee. She was highly involved in clubs and activities in the community. She was a soccer player and track athlete throughout high school. Despite 2 ACL knee injuries, her junior and senior sports seasons, causing her to miss the majority of her junior and senior years, she achieved many accomplishments and honors as an athlete here. And despite the records she made and the lasting impact she had, her humble attitude and respectful demeanor always showed through. Rhiannon graduated from Mashpee in 2004 and went on to attend Boston University, where she joined my older sister, Michaela, who was already a student there. Rhiannon's optimism and smile were contagious. Her spirit exuded love and compassion. Her vibrant sense of humor always kept everyone laughing. She loved the color pink. She loved cheering on Boston sports teams, especially the Red Sox. She loved music, which she was often heard loudly singing, slightly off-key in tune, but that's okay, she was proud anyways. She loved her family and friends and sisters, in spite of some borrowing clothes and maybe a younger sister making her late for everything that she drove me to, but that's okay. She maintained the positive love and attitude. Rhiannon always made everything fun. She really, people I think were drawn to her because of her loyalty, her bubbly kindness, and her just overall enthusiasm for life. So although her life unexpectedly ended in 2007 at the age of 21, my family and we still keep her present every single day in our lives. We're grateful for this opportunity to give back to our generous community and to these deserving seniors. Each applicant is so deserving and makes it such a difficult decision for us. But with that being said, the 2019 recipients of the Rhiannon Lukesh Memorial Scholarship are Brett Pells, Noah Telez, Emily Franks, and Kristen Kondracki.
Leanne is my partner in crime over in the middle school guidance office, so I appreciate her more than she knows. the Terry Tesson Memorial Scholarship. Throughout his life, Terry was extremely passionate about the outdoors and conservation. He loved all aspects of the outdoors and also loved sharing and teaching others about it. The purpose of this scholarship is to help the future stewards of the outdoors. He would have loved to see new generations of those who care about the outdoors the way he did and be able to follow their passions. This scholarship is awarded to a student who is pursuing a college degree in any outdoor-related discipline or pursuing a career in conservation law enforcement. The recipient of this scholarship is Jack Daniel. I'm really getting to learn how to pronounce his name. The Sons of the American Legion, Unit 188 in Sandwich, has a scholarship, and this year's recipient is Ethan Barr.
The Massachusetts Elks Scholarship. The Elks look for students who are talented and academically strong, well-rounded, and give back to their community. This year's recipient is Adam Henschel. At this time, it's an absolute honor to welcome Mr. John Falone to present the Lauren May Falone Memorial Scholarship.
Thank you. Good evening. I'm Lauren's dad, and I'm here on behalf of our committee to award our 9th scholarship in Lauren's memory. I usually take this time to tell a little bit about Lauren. This year I'm going to go through something that came across my desk. Hopefully this does the trick. It's called Choose to Be Happy, which is kind of funny because there's a good chance I'll be crying before I leave the stage. Anyway, it goes like this. What would it take to make you happy? Some people think if they only had this or that particular thing, a certain amount of money, they'd be happy. Others believe that if they were only in love with someone wonderful who loved them back, then they'd be happy. Still others believe that if a miracle would occur and cure someone they love of an illness, then that would make them happy. And they'd all be correct. But there's something else in the mix, something that takes happiness to another level. You see, happiness is a choice you make, not something that does or doesn't happen to you. You can choose to be happy right now, no matter what you have or don't have. The first step toward finding your own happiness is gratitude. If you develop and heighten your powers of appreciation by focusing on the beauty in your life, you'll be halfway there. It's a guarantee that you'll see an abundance of beauty in your life, regardless of your surroundings or circumstances, if only you look for it. When you use this power of focus, the world opens up to you. Your mind won't let you ignore it, and once you see it, appreciate it. Let it give you real joy. Let's face it, life is too short to be unhappy. The time to be happy is now, the place to be happy is here, and the reasons to be happy are all around us. Lauren was happy. That doesn't mean she was always smiling, though most of the time she was. It doesn't mean that she didn't experience problems or sadness. Of course she did. But I think her heart was happy. And because her heart was happy, she made people around her happy. Lauren was comfortable in her own skin. And Lauren spread joy, sometimes quietly and privately, most times loudly and publicly. Lauren's philosophy was pretty simple. Be honest and work hard, give back to your community, honor our heroes in uniform, respect and care for our elderly citizens. Don't take yourself too seriously, and appreciate that we're here on purpose, and there's a higher power out there. Our scholarship committee looks for candidates who kind of live that philosophy. Lauren's Memorial Scholarship is an annual scholarship for each of the 2 or 4 years the student attends college. The money goes directly to the student to use for whatever he or she chooses, from books and furniture to hosting a dorm room open house. Because Lauren knew how to have fun, and that's what she would do. We had another outstanding group of candidates, and choosing a winner was a real challenge. In the end, we think this year's winner embodies a lot of what was so special about Lauren. So in celebration of Lauren's life, we're pleased to award the 9th annual Lauren Mayfield Memorial Scholarship Fund to Miss Kristen Kondracki.
University of Massachusetts Amherst Alumni of Cape Cod Scholarship. The UMass Cape Cod Alumni Network offer 8 scholarships each year to area seniors attending the Amherst campus in the fall. Students must have a minimum of a 3.3 GPA and submit an essay describing their career goals. One of Mashpee's top students was selected to receive one of these 8 generous scholarships. This year's recipient from Mashpee, Jack Degno. Being French, I was mispronouncing his name before, so Mr. Balistracci told me if I didn't get it right this time, I'm pulled off the stage. So. Can I pass? The Captain Frederick G. Bonenberger Scholarship Fund in memory of Deputy Sheriff John Robert Cotfilla, Jr. John Robert Cotfilla was a 2004 graduate of Falmouth High School. He attended Westfield State College and attained a bachelor's degree in criminal justice. In 2010, he was sworn in as a Hillsborough County Deputy Sheriff in the state of Florida. While on duty in the early morning of March 12, 2016, Deputy Cotfilla was confronted with a split-second decision. A wrong-way operator on a divided highway was traveling towards him and another motorist at a high rate of speed. Deputy Cotfilla used his cruiser to deflect the oncoming threat into the highway barriers. In doing so, Deputy Cotfilla was killed in the line of duty. The suspect operator was also killed. The female operator, who avoided a head-on collision due to Deputy Cotfilla's heroic action, stated that she was alive only because of his heroic actions. The Captain Frederick G. Bonenberger family is offering this scholarship to graduating students who will be pursuing a career in criminal justice in memory of Deputy Sheriff John Robert Cotfilla, Jr. Congratulations go to Rory Andre and Kobe Howard. I also have the great honor of introducing an alumni of 2015, a graduate of Endicott College in 2018, and soon to be a graduate of a master's degree in 2019, Ms. Christina Ball, who is going to give out the Donna Lynn Yanoff Memorial Scholarship.
Thank you, Mr. Peake. On behalf of the Mashpee Pops, I am pleased to be able to present 4 scholarships for the class of 2019. For the past 23 years, Mashpee Pops has awarded scholarships to graduating Mashpee seniors. This scholarship actually predates Mashpee High School, making it among the most long-standing scholarships for Mashpee students. Thanks to a generous donation and fundraising assistance by the Yanoff family, the Donna Lynn Yanoff Memorial Scholarship is fully endowed, thus assuring the scholarship will be available for generations to come. In addition, 3 Mashpee Pops Merit Scholarships will be awarded this evening.
These scholarships are funded by the Mashpee Pops Legacy Fund, which has funds available to continue to support the merit scholarships for years to come. The Mashpee Pops is proud to have awarded over $300,000 in scholarships and grants to assist Mashpee students over the past 23 years, and looks forward to continuing this support in the upcoming years. It is my pleasure to present the 3 Mashpee Pops Merit Scholarships to Taj Bowen, Nicholas Distilio, and David McKelvey. It's also my honor to present the 23rd Annual Donner Lynn Yanoff Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $10,000 to Mr. Noah Talib.
And at this time, we would like to introduce David McKelvey from the class of 2019, who will be performing Lift by Radiohead.
Work? I can't get a good position in this. I'm sorry, I didn't turn this mic thing out. Okay. This is the place. Sit down. You're safe now. You've been stuck in a lift. We've been trying to read you, Tom. This is the place. It won't hurt you ever again. The smell of air conditioning, the fish are belly up. Empty all your pockets because it's time to come home. This is the place. Remember me. I'm the face you've always seen. You've been stuck in a lift at the belly of a whale at the bottom of the ocean. The smell of air conditioning, the fish are belly up. Empty all your pockets because it's time to come home. Smell of air conditioning, the fish are belly. Let it go, let it go. Today is the first day of the rest of your days. So lighten up, squirt.
Thank you, David. The Mashpee Scholarship Foundation Trust was established in the fall of 1998 by a group of local citizens, including teachers, business people, parents, who wish to encourage Mashpee residents who graduate from Mashpee High School or Cape Cod Tech to continue their education or training. The trust is supported by donations from local residents and businesses. The MSFT awards scholarships from its own fundraising efforts and also acts as an umbrella organization to administer other scholarships. I would like to thank the trustees for their hard work and continued support of our Mashpee students, and I'd like to recognize some of those who are in the crowd this evening. Our president, who is here tonight, Mr. Sean Egan. The secretary, Ms. Linda Catalina. David Brennan. Doris Dottridge. One of our original founders, Mary LeClaire. Marianne Newman. Annette Perdez. And longtime Mashpee teacher and tremendous course teacher, Vicki Vieira de Palma.
The Josephine Campese Scholarship for the Arts. This scholarship is given to honor an outstanding individual, Josephine Campese, who at 94 years young left us. Josephine's family could not afford to send her to college, so she was self-educated and entered the field of hairdressing at an early age. After retiring from a successful career as a hairstylist at 65, she immediately started a new career designing jewelry and continued creating beautiful jewelry until her passing. This scholarship is awarded to a student who has shown great promise in the visual arts. This year's recipient is Mr. Nicholas Destilio. Cape Cod 5-Cent Savings Bank. The charitable foundation of the Cape Cod 5-Cent Savings Bank is pleased to award a scholarship to a deserving Mashpee senior who is entering college in the fall. This is one of many ways in which Cape Cod 5 demonstrates its commitment to the community and its continued interest and support of the youth of Mashpee. This year's scholarship recipient is Miss Jessica Grealish. At this time, I'd like to introduce Ms. Mary Lou Palumbo, the Executive Director of the Mashpee Chamber of Commerce.
Thank you. And I'd like to first congratulate our recipients, our educators, and our parents for this very special night. I really love this night because the community really comes together in a big way. to support our students. And I also want to thank our sponsors and all of the people who come and support our events throughout the years, because we take a portion of the proceeds for the scholarships we're about to hand out. And this year's winners are Adam Henschel and Mitchell Texera Campbell. And also a few years ago, we added a new scholarship, and it's the Chamber of Commerce Communications Award, and this year's recipient is Carter Teed.
The John Lewis Costa Memorial Scholarship. As the United States Commissioner in charge of welfare programs, John Costa devoted his life to making a positive change in the lives of others, especially children. His door was always open. He was always ready to listen and help with matters large and small. This scholarship is given to help continue the positive effect he has had on the lives of children. This year's recipient is Cassandra Baker. The Lois and Louise DeMayo Scholarship. Lois and Louise DeMayo are retired teachers residing in Mashpee. In their desire to help graduating Mashpee seniors further their education, they established this scholarship for academically strong students entering college in the fall. This year's recipients are Thomas Doobie, Michaela Gallagher, Sarah McNamara, and Isaac Perry. Tim Ford Memorial Scholarship. We'd like to recognize Joni Ford, who's here with her son Michael, Tim's mom, and again, a tremendous supporter of the Mashpee community for the 20 plus years that I've known her and her family. We'd like to recognize her. This scholarship is given in memory of Tim Ford, who attended the Mashpee schools from grades 1 through 8, at which time he was diagnosed with cancer. In spite of a very brave effort, he succumbed to the disease at the beginning of his sophomore year while attending Falmouth High School in 1996. Remembering his engaging personality and his courageous character will always be an inspiration to others. The family continues the Ford family commitment to education by awarding scholarships. The Tim Ford Memorial Scholarship this year is presented to Mr. Brett Pellis. The Michael Ford Memorial Scholarship. Tim's father, Michael Ford, was a teacher in the Mashpee public school system for many years. Michael spent countless hours giving back to the school and the community. He was responsible for the Hall of Flags in the main corridor, in the 911 memorial on Route 151 that you pass every day. He organized an annual golf tournament in memory of Timothy, which raised thousands of dollars each year for the Mashpee Scholarship Foundation Trust and also the Jimmy Fund. Michael lived in the halls of Mashpee Middle High School and in the community at large. He was loved by all. Congratulations to this year's recipient, Ms. Courtney Story. The Coach Paul Finney Award. I'd like to acknowledge Carol Mason, Coach Finney's daughter, who is with us in the audience tonight. Thank you very much again for supporting us. This award is given in memory of Paul Finney, who was a volunteer for the Mashpee Middle High School Athletics program. Paul Finney was a beloved coach who taught the athletes his don't quit and be in it for the long run philosophy. With his positive enthusiasm and his natural athletic ability, he was an outstanding athlete on the award-winning track team at the University of Illinois after overcoming injuries in World War II, for which he received the Purple Heart. Throughout his life, he was always involved with every aspect of track and cross country, but his heart was always with the youth that he was able to coach, especially as he nicknamed them his chipmunks and his jelly beans at Mashpee Middle High School. This year's jelly bean winner is Miss Sarah McNamara, and his chipmunk winner, Mr. Christopher Hutchinrider. And just an aside, because you've heard the Hutchinrider name mentioned many times here tonight, the Hutchinriders has suffered a loss in the family. That's why they're not here tonight, but I'm sure they will appreciate the awards that they have given and also the applause you have given them in their absence. Thank you very much.
The next is the Mashpee Orthodontics Scholarship, otherwise known as the Dr. Nick Award. This scholarship, given by Dr. Nick, is awarded to a dedicated student with an accomplished academic record. Dr. Nick, who is an established orthodontist in Mashpee, created this award to help and encourage Mashpee students to further their education. This year's recipient is Emily Franks. And I would like to now introduce Mr. Chuck Gazer to the stage to award the Mashpee Public Administration and Government Studies Scholarship.
The Mashpee Public Administration Scholarship is given to a student who looks to go into studies in public administration or in government services, and hopefully will pursue a career in that field. This year's recipient is Sarah McNamara.
Thank you so much. The Priscilla Rollins Patricia DeCanto Retired Teachers Scholarship. This scholarship was established through the efforts of two first-grade teachers in Mashpee, Miss DeCanto and Mrs. Rollins. When they retired, they wished to continue their involvement with the school system. As their retirement and the dedications of Mashpee's new middle high school coincided, the idea for a scholarship, supported by the retired teachers from Mashpee, evolved as the best way to encourage and support students. This year's recipients of this scholarship are Tiana Peters-Williams, Taylor Rose, and Kristen Kondracki. The Allison Rollins Scholarship. Allison Rollins started kindergarten in Mashpee, went on to Falmouth High School, and earned a BS degree, Bachelor of Science degree in Marine Engineering from Massachusetts Maritime Academy. Unfortunately, due to an accident while serving as an engineer on board the URI research vessel, the Endeavor, her life ended tragically at the age of 22. Allison possessed a wonderful enthusiasm for life and for adventure on the high seas. And these scholarships are given tonight in honor of that memory and to inspire others to excel. The recipients are Caroline Henley, Elise Carroll, Shayla Alves, and Nolan McGovern. Educational Fund. This fund was formed in 1988 to honor Mrs. Thomas, who was a select woman in Mashpee and always very active in town affairs. This fund supports the Project Life program in grades 4, 5, and 6 in Mashpee schools, and also awards a scholarship to a deserving Mashpee student who is continuing his or her education in sciences or environmental area. The class of 2019 recipient is Mr. Jack Daniel. The Women's Club of New Seabury. The Women's Club of New Seabury is an organization dedicated to promoting friendship and coordination among the community and to extending educational opportunities to the young people in Mashpee. They look for an academically strong student with solid community ties. This year's recipient is Madison Egan.
The Zumwalt History Award, we would like to recognize Michael Petrowski, the agent for Admiral Zumwalt, who is with us here tonight. This scholarship is in honor of the late Admiral Elmo R. Zumwalt Jr. and is given to a student who shows an interest in history. Each applicant was asked to submit an essay answering the question, how would you use the lessons of history in personal decision-making? There were many wonderful answers, and the most impressive essay was written by Carter Teague. And it's with great pride and pleasure that I introduce to you Vicky Vieira de Palma, our alum, faculty member, MV.
It's hard to hear up here. I just want to say thank you to the scholarship committee and the administration for giving us, the people who give these awards, just a few moments to tell the award winners just a little something about the people that we carry in our hearts every day and how they inspired us to give these awards in the first place. My husband, Louis de Palma, he was a great guy, but he was also a self-described science nerd who found his place traveling in life through physics. He told me that everything in the world could be explained through physics, and I told him that everything in the world could be enjoyed through the arts. Lou built his first successfully launched rocket at age 9, and he continued to scare the neighborhood until he went to college and postgraduate school at his beloved MIT. He had the privilege of working for RCA, Lockheed Martin, Raytheon, and Lincoln Labs, which allowed him to be involved with the NASA subsonic space flight trials. And don't ask me about that because I don't understand it. Lou was dedicated to the support of young scientists, and he appreciated every scholarship he ever received. And we'll be very proud to see this scholarship being awarded in his name tonight. It is with great pleasure that I award the 2019 Louis S. de Palma Scholarship for Physics and Engineering to Nicholas Story.
Catch her as she walks by. Her name's right above her head.
I'd like to recognize David and Billy Cap, who's in attendance with us, for the David and Billy Cap Award. This scholarship is given by David and Billy Cap, residents of Mashpee, who wish to help further the education of a deserving student with a GPA of a 3.0 or above, and who is pursuing a degree in education or arts. The following recipients this year are Taj Bowen and David McKelvey. Unfortunately, Taj also could not be with us tonight, but we will pass along the chairs for him for sure. At this point, I'd like to introduce Amy McDonald Bellows and Julie McDonald to present the Lois A. McDonald Memorial Award.
Good evening. I'm proud to be here tonight to present the Lois A. McDonald Memorial Scholarship in memory of my mom. She was an active resident of Mashpee for over 30 years and enthusiastically contributed countless hours fundraising for the Mashpee and Falmouth school sports and music programs. She was also a dedicated nurse, starting her career at Massachusetts General Hospital and worked at Falmouth Hospital for more than 30 years. My mom made it her life's work to care for patients, friends, the kids at school, and especially her family, always with a loving heart and a beautiful smile. I'm proud to present this scholarship in her honor to a deserving student entering the medical field. This year's recipient is Emma Nunes.
At this time, I'd like to introduce James A. Melvin and Beth Marcus to present the Barbara Mary Melvin Memorial Award for Nursing.
The Barbara Mary Melvin Memorial Nursing Scholarship was created by my father, Jim Melvin, to honor a truly amazing person. Barbara, my mom, was an active woman who loved the outdoors, enjoyed sailing, hiking, and gardening. She raised 3 children while going to school to become a licensed practical nurse. She worked as an LPN for many years, both in a hospital setting and in doctor's offices. She loved her job from both a technical point of view and because she truly cared about people. She was also an accomplished rug hooker, quilt maker, having produced a number of very large, complex hooked rugs and quilts. She was the proud grandmother of 7 wonderful grandchildren whom she loved very much. She passed away in June of 2016. This 4-year scholarship was established to honor Barbara and her years as a skilled and caring nurse. The scholarship is designed for a Mashpee student who has been accepted into a 4-year Bachelor's of Science nursing program or similar medical-related field, has good academics and strong commitment to supporting the community. It is with great pleasure that we announce the 2019 winner of the Barbara Mary Melvin Memorial Nursing Scholarship to Allison Landry.
Thank you. The final scholarships to be awarded tonight are from the Mashpee Scholarship Foundation and Trust through various fundraising efforts throughout the year. To present these awards, I'd like to introduce the man who keeps the MSFT on track to accomplish this mission. Please welcome the President of the Trust, Attorney Sean Egan.
Good evening. As mentioned, my name is Sean Egan. I'm the chairman of the Mashpee Scholarship Foundation Trust. Our organization was established over 2 decades ago by Mashpee residents who wanted to give back to the community that we love. Our foundation's purpose is to raise and manage scholarship funds for local Mashpee students. Since its foundation, we have awarded over $500,000 in scholarship funds. We manage scholarships on behalf of nearly 20 individuals and organizations, including, but not limited to, some of the ones we mentioned tonight: Allison Rollins Scholarship, the Costa Memorial Scholarship, the Ford Memorial Scholarship, Zumwalt History Award, and many others mentioned here tonight. The total amount awarded on behalf of these organizations tonight is nearly $30,000. And in addition to that, we raise funds and award our own scholarships through various fundraising efforts, including our annual golf tournament in the spring. Tonight, we're proud to award $17,000 in scholarship funds to the following deserving students: Allison Landry, Adam Henschel, Caroline Henley, Nick Story, Jack Daniel, Julia Leitz, Aiden Bartlett Cahill, Cassie Baker, this next one, Madison Egan, Aiden Gadu, Alexis Wenzel, Hannah Nilsson, Emily Franks, Ava Lehman, Noah Telez, Kaylee Magnuson, and also there's one recipient from Cape Cod Tech, I don't believe is here tonight, Joshua Gray. Congratulations.
refreshments when you get out there to meet the recipients. But as we conclude our presentation, I'd like to mention a few students who've helped make this evening a success. Jonah Erdman, the class of 2022, and Bailey Hewson, the class of 2023, up there in the booth, who's making it all happen for us. And the young ladies who greeted our guests, distributing the programs and assisted in seating, Megan Pons, Anna O'Neill, and Kelly Scamps. I'd like to thank Maureen Goldsmith for jumping into the role of scholarship coordinator, navigating the process, and organizing the entire evening. Through her student and community-centered approach, strong work ethic, and passion for the Mashpee Public Schools, this evening has blossomed and been a success. An evening that truly connects. I agree with Mary Palumbo on this is like the greatest night because it connects the past, present, and future. And I know if you're sitting out there, you can feel the energy around you, the people we've lost, but the people who are here, and as Vicki said, who we carry in our hearts. Please allow the students to process out and then join us for refreshments. Thank you for so much for being here this evening on such a wonderful night.
drop this.